Um, if we could take a little bit more time and say, maybe what advice would you be able to give somebody if they were listening and they want to achieve the success that you've achieved and all your levels? What's the advice you'd give that person?
Nothing is impossible. Do not retreat, do not surrender. Look forward, focus, put something in mind, and stick to discipline. And even you yourself, so many times you say, if you want something done, go see George on the spot. It will happen. And this guy doesn't give up. Like every time he go and come back, he start do it again. And it's like by the book. He go one, two, three, four. So again, discipline, discipline.
Well, there's a funny thing that we say, like, cancer couldn't take George, a broken foot couldn't take George, a civil war in Lebanon couldn't take George, diabetes won't take George, and adversary with fighting from the village of people being envious or jealous of now that you're rebuilding. We call it the new generation of the Risk
Yeah,
family.
they said
It's
it actually in the village. They said it like, how are we gonna accept this guy?
I I don't think it's a when we decide something. I typically say it's not about if you accept or not. It's you just have to live with the consequence of when we decide to go somewhere, that place or that industry, we will dominate it because that's just how we are programmed. For people out in the village that have an issue with that, uh, if they're having a good time not accepting you, well, let them wait till see when I arrive, because when I arrive, I'm going to continue everything you did and I'm going to make sure they never forget it, because that's just who we are. If you compete against us, you better bring in your best game because you know it's going to rock.
Trust me, it's gonna affect a few people in the village there. Just back in the days, they used to call the Rizk family by the title Ramya. Used to mean a lot back in the days. So all I can say right now, Ramya is back.
Ramya is definitely back. And you know what, George, if we can do a correlation sometimes to our businesses, but I think that everybody that stepped against our
The loyal
company,
group
the Loyal Group,
doesn't exist.
doesn't exist. I think that that's been proven time and time again. Like every time somebody has stepped in our face, the Loyal Group has taken it to another level in order to continue to compete. And you know,
Absolutely.
one thing is important for it to be known is I always say, if you're going to negotiate, be willing to lose everything when you negotiate. And I'm always willing to lose it all because I want it all. So I don't know if the people understand what that means, but there's never been a moment where I was not willing to bet everything to get everything, and I'm still in that mindset. And imagine, I feel like I haven't accomplished anything, so it's only the start. I remember we were having a conversation with Mo Green. His name is Mo Saad, and great guy. I consider him even a mentor, to be honest. And he used to tell me, in business, you need to have balls of steel to make decisions, and I think that's a big deal. You have to be willing to take a lot of risks, no matter what you do, and a lot of the risks that I've seen is how did you find transitioning at such a young age and allowing your son to take that much place while you were still firing on all cylinders? How did you accept this to become a
To,
1-2 punch, as we call it,
to
an
be
engine and a
honest,
transmission?
with you, in the beginning, it was like slowly but surely I was taking chances. Like I wasn't sure because I don't know how you're gonna handle it back in the days. But one time I went on a trip to Lebanon. I spent like months and a half, 2 months. I remember the time I spent there. When I came back, I remember you had written down every single thing there and what's the profit, how much we made. So that gave me more confident. And slowly but surely, till 2014, when you pushed me to build the building on Main, and I was against that because the tax is going to be higher and it would turn to be 17 unit back in the days, up to 150 unit right now. So that confidence started in 2014, and slowly but surely you've proven it.
But George, I remember I was listening to Gary Vee, and he said, like, you know, my dad is the most courageous man to take a back seat a little bit and allow me to take my place and spread my wings. How do you do it? Because one day I'm going to be stuck doing it, and I'm going to have to make room for my one of my children to start stepping up. How do you start pulling back
You
when,
see,
especially when you know you still have the fire in you?
exactly. Like it's hard to explain it, but I'm gonna try my best. First of all, when you have somebody like you taking the lead, it will make it easier. But also because I like to support you, and I'm still like I still can support you. I'm still young. I don't feel like I want to lose my identity in a way. But in another way, I'm gaining it with you. So no, nothing wrong with that. Not necessarily to retire and go sit at home and watch movie, but to sit and watch and see you like with the new generation, with the new ideas, and help you out to like to support this kind of structure that you are making it bigger and bigger. So no, it's not. It's nothing wrong with that. It's not difficult. But actually, I look at it. If I want to look at it from a positive, it's good for me. I'll start my retirement early.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So if I could push a little bit
Not
on that.
everybody has this opportunity in life.
Well, actually, I had a podcast with Marc Patry. He said something that he said, it's a privilege for a son to have a father relationship, but it's also a privilege for the father to have that relationship
Yeah,
with his
that's
son,
I mean
because
it
not
like
everybody has that, right?
because to be honest with you, recently I start feel that yes, it's time for me to start like let go slowly but surely, but in the same time because it's in a in safe hand.
And if I can push on that, George, where do you see the loyal group under my leadership in 5 years from now? How much bigger do you think that the
Like
loyal group can be?
your dream, my dream together. Like we have big dreams, and for the ideas that you always come to me. Like I can see it far. I can see it far. Not just in the taxi industry. We're talking in the group Loyal in every sense.
Yeah, the I remember the story with my mom saying,
The chopper.
yeah. So I said I'm gonna soon have Air Loyal so that we can
Yeah.
charter planes and move people in the sky and become even more efficient and build this multitude of transportation. And I remember she said, "Oh, Alex, keep your feet on the ground." Little does she know, probably before the end of 2026, there will be Loyal Air coming very soon, and not a lot of people know this. But
Well, you just release it.
yeah, but
But I didn't like the color. The first one I like the dark one.
well, to be honest, I think that this is going to be one of the bigger projects yet. Just the chance to actually have the Loyal Air being a brand and being in the air, I think that on its own is going to be massive.
One thing I want to add also for that achievement, such as a dream, you promise to have a big building and has the it says RIZK on it as a tower. Hopefully, you're gonna accomplish that dream.
Well, you'll see that it's gonna come because
I
um,
hope so.
I know that every time we've put our sights on something, like I said, we actually
We'll make it
accomplish it and
happen.
we make it happen. Because like growing up, like you said, all your life, you said no retreat, no surrender, and always keep pushing forward. And that's the way I've lived my life my entire time, and that's what I hope that my kids will get to see one day. I know that Ronnie will say that the crazy relationship me and you have, like he's like it's so weird, but that fire that exists between us, it's like we compensate each other. What my weaknesses are your strengths, and what your weaknesses are my strengths, and together it's like we propel each other to go further and go to another step. And you know what, who better to watch my back other than you, and who better to watch your back other than me?
Absolutely.
So I think that it's the one of the most greatest privileges in the world. Some people don't understand, but my dad means the whole world to me. I value my relationship with my dad a lot more than even my relationship with anybody else. As much as my daughters, my wife, my mom, my brother, I think that you trump every single person in my sphere of world. I want to ask you a couple more things before we.
Before you move to that subject, because you brought Ronnie to the subject, I also wish you the best luck with the partnership of Ronnie with the new project, the one on Beechwood.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
the as we continue to grow
that's another project that we never mentioned, but now you brought Ronnie in. I have to give his right also. Like, good luck with you and Ronnie.
yeah. So the way that we've constructed this is, um, I think that you one of the reasons why the Navy SEALs are great is when they're together. And I think that those bonds, when you can build those bonds, they're very big. I've said it on other podcasts. I'm very lucky. I have a relationship with Ronnie and Roy. They're brothers, and I feel like I'm the third brother. And that relationship is to me is also something that I value very, very, very high. And I learned that because of the way you've valued your relationship for the last, what, 20 plus years.
23, 24 with Eli.
Yeah. What does that mean to you, and why is that important to have relationship like
It's
that?
very important, and it's in every way, in every sense. Or you always need, in a particular thing, you need something like special. Like in a relationship, it has to be special. In friendship, you have to have somebody special. In family, in every sense, in every way.
And how you and Eli have been going at it for over 20 years, from being young and flipping tables at a party to
Yeah,
having drinks and not knowing how you get
23
back.
years.
How long?
23 years.
23 years
Yeah,
ago. So you were 33 when the
yeah,
relationship
yeah.
officially kicked off. Well, it's true, because I've always said it many times. I consider Eli an uncle because he's been there for
Yeah,
you,
he is.
mom,
He
and
is.
everybody throughout so much time for all of us. And it's been just a something that I got to also learn and value from you, and that's why I've been able to find that kind of a relationship with some friends as well. And a lot of times people say, uh, I'm hard to love, but I love hard. And you used to tell me, you trust, you have to, when you trust all the way. So make sure you pick them right. But yeah, absolutely. I think friendship is big. What it does is it creates a lot of synergy to move forward and do a lot more things in the future. Um, where do you see George in the next 5 years? Any
Well,
aspiration politically? Anything you hope
politic
to
wise,
say? Or
politic wise, not at this moment. I had dreams like to work in the like to be involved in politics in Lebanon, to bring the best for the country. But right now, it's not the time. Like they say, if you're not connected in Lebanese, you need a wasta. So right now, being in Canada for 35 years, also it didn't help a lot to create that kind of wasta. Thanks God, I have several friends in positions, and but it's not enough over there. Like the big sharks, they control the whole thing. But yes, I have a dream to accomplish a position in politics in the future. In business, there is lots to come also, and many more to come with being the CEO of the group Loyal and the Risk family.
well, I think that I can have a podcast for about like 6 hours with you, Dad, because we can keep telling each other things and stories for forever, and I would love for it to keep going. But I want to limit it on this for now. I want to thank you for everything you've done for me personally, the chance that you've given me, the foundation you've built, and I can promise you one thing: I will never fumble the ball. I will continue to build, and it will continue to move forward. That you have my word. And I remember that you said a man's word is on his neck. So in Arabic, for the ones that are listening, is kalimti ala qata raqabti. And I will take that all the way to the grave. But I will make sure that everything you've built and everything you've sacrificed, it's in good hands moving forward all the time. And I hope that the ones that get to hear your story get inspired, that you can come here with
Yeah.
$1,000 with nothing and you can actually achieve it. So if you could say something to the one person arriving to Canada today, what would you tell them?
I'm gonna tell them like it's not easy. Yes, I'm not gonna lie to them. It's not that easy. In every country, not only in Canada, everywhere you go now, it's hard to it's difficult, like in every sense. But hard work, consistency, discipline, it'll always get better. Don't look just for a paycheck. Paycheck, you live normal. If you wanted to achieve, like as a businessman, entrepreneur, or rich person, or a big portfolio, work hard and put the hours. Nothing wrong with spending the hours on work. You have to sacrifice.
So thank you for being here, George. And if there's somebody comes to your mind, who would you invite to the next uncensored table?
There is something in there's a person in my mind, but I would love to announce it in the next season, not right now.
And if one person is listening and you have a question for the next person sitting in the chair, what would you ask the other entrepreneur or leader or politician that's sitting there? What kind of question would you have for them?
What's your goal in life?
That's it. Thank you very much, George.
Thank you so much, Alex. I'm proud of you, my son.